Okay, so we're gonna get this thing started. And then I'll try and go through.
Okay.
So he's just inputting the code for mania difficulty
stuff,
which is the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, let me know if
in
the
the game
sound
by far,
needs to be up on this at all.
Yeah, and then I set my lives to 1 instead of like pumping my lives up because I'm a show-off.
Yep.
That's the basic reason. I'm Anthopants. Yeah, this is Streets Rage 2 Mania. I'm going to be playing with Max because he does the most damage. I'm going to be going for world record, so it's going to be really, really crazy. So at the end of this, I'm either going to be a little bit embarrassed because I didn't get it, or it's going to be awesome because I did get it. And then I'll let my couch kind of introduce themselves.
Yeah, I'm Mikwuyama.
I'm Zallard1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna mute this. Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure you guys could hear Mikwuyama and Zallard on my couch. The timing did start, I think it's like almost exactly 2 seconds slow. And then then it ended a second late. So it's actually about like a second, a little bit more than a second, but like a second and a half or so off of where it ended. So it still is world record, even though the timing was a little bit off. It's really difficult getting. I never actually got into the zone while playing this. And the way this works is, see, like doing stupid stuff like this, where I'm just like sliding, and I like normally I would know like that guy's just out of thing, but like there's so many different things going on in my head where I can't, it's hard for me to keep track of everything. It's just, you're like in a daze to a certain degree. That beetle's just flying around like a crazy person. There's a beetle in my room flying around. The reason why we play with Max is because of how much damage he does. Did my computer just crash on me? No, okay. No, that might actually be on their end. This is actually me watching it for the first time. Oh, let me pause it real quick. What's going on with you? I don't know if this is on their end or my end. That's weird. I've never actually seen YouTube do this. Maybe it'll correct itself. I think this is my end. What's wrong with you? Do we got to go into 480? Let me see if it's doing it in 480. No, I don't know. 480 we can handle. Everyone's like, give us that HD. It's, you know, it's not an HD game to begin with. All this, yeah. So strats too. I gotta like adjust for strats as well. I'm going into top strat for this. So in this section, bottom strat, you're actually sliding, hitting all the guys, the pipe guys, and just like grouping them over and then trying to get them killed as fast as possible. But if your health is really low like mine is, then you go top strat, where you go up to the top before the go happens, which I was like late on. And you roll top so that you can actually get the apple and then survive the first level. And you're going to see a really beautiful first level survive happening here. See, I'm off on my timing once again. Like, I haven't gotten my timing down. So there's the turkey. And I don't get it because I pick up the knife instead. Because this game prioritizes weapons over health pickups. So if there's a weapon and a health pickup in the same spot, you're going to pick up the weapon first and you're going to get killed. And I know better. I know to double tap because then you'll pick up weapon, have a little bit of invince while you pick up, or then you'll pick up turkey. But my brain is just not firing right now. I'm like panicking because I know my time is like not where I want it to be. Yep. Just waiting for the Streets Rage 2 Game Gear No Death speedrun. Yeah, I don't actually play Streets 2 Game Gear. I never have. Yeah, time-wise, especially with Max, I would say you're at any during any section. So not even during a scene transition, like a longer scene transition, which is like fading to black and then coming back in at a different section, like going from the outside to this inside bar area. Just the shorter, like in between the a go to like a go. That's a scene, and at any scene, if you are playing perfectly, you're going to have a variation of about 20 seconds. So even that section, right, that little scene right there, like where I just walk in to the go, I could be on or like, you know, like on time, like a good time, all the way down to I'm like, you know, 20 seconds behind, and I'm playing it perfectly. Like I'm doing everything just about perfectly. And it's just because you're actually reacting to the enemies, where their positioning is, the crazy RNG. So losing tons of, you know, not tons, but losing a lot of time in your first section. I might close my window here because this bird outside is driving me crazy. Yeah, let me do that. But yeah, you're losing a lot of time. I'll do it after first level. Like losing 20 seconds or 30 seconds on the first level isn't all that big of a deal. You can still make it up in other sections. It's why, like, there's actually a segmented run of this game. I don't know if it exists anymore on YouTube, but it used to exist. And I think it was in like the 42-minute range. And it's like, if I was to do, like, if someone's like, hey, can you do a segmented run and get it like in the 42-minute range? I'd be like, yeah, that's like, even if I'm running levels, it probably would be kind of easy. There's the Barbin Thunder Tackle, which you're like, there it is again. So you want to maintain Barbin's block. You don't want him to lose his block. So you can Thunder Tackle, and it just does tons of damage. And right now, I'm at about the 5 minutes 25, so I'm about 25 seconds over where I want to be on this level. The 5-minute range, like very close to the 5-minute, is actually where world record pace is on that first level. But I can actually pick up time on the second level if I do a good job. I don't think I do. I think I actually might lose time on the second level as well. The reason why I know I can pick up time in the later levels, though, is because my world record speedrun, this is like where it gets confusing, because I actually got world record like last Sunday, but it was by about 3 seconds, 3 or 4 seconds, something like that, or 2 seconds. But anyway, that was just like during a practice, and I wasn't like fully on. I was just kind of playing it, and I wasn't expecting to get world record, and I ended up getting it. But before, my world record before was getting no death in this game. So if you're doing stuff like no death, your skill level goes so high because you have to know every single different strat to no death the game. Then you go back into speedrunning after no death. But I had been doing no deaths for like a year and a half, and I was so burnt out on the game I had to take a break. I just couldn't handle it anymore. So instead of like speedrunning and like basically being like, okay, my skill level is now like really this much higher than it was before, so my speedrunning should be increased as well. Like I should be able to get better speedruns because I'm going to be able to take certain sections a little bit faster and just deal with them better. So this is a result of me basically like being like, okay, I've got to get back into speedrunning now, go back into speedrunning shape, then see if I can apply like the skills and the just some of this is so slops. That was a pipe throw though. See if I can apply some of the new skills I've learned and just raising my skill level from doing no deaths runs in this game, and see if my speedrunning's gonna get better. And yeah, I have been doing better at speedrunning as a result. So part of the reason why I was capable of getting there was that potential of getting a world record at the event was because I hadn't gone back into speedrunning right after no deathing. Yeah, there's always that chance that if I went directly back into speedrunning after the no deaths, I would be just like doing even better. But I'm not sure about that. And it is hard transitioning you're because you're using really different strats in the later levels. Like your speedrun strats are very, very different than your no death strats, and it's hard transitioning and being like, okay, like I'm not doing this anymore where I'm playing it safe. Now I gotta like get back into the mode where I'm playing like this, like missing this guy. I never miss this guy with that. So bad. Let me see, do I go? Yep, I go for it. This is super dangerous. You actually don't want to do that during a marathon run. I basically pull everybody, and then if Jet decides to troll me, which does happen, and doesn't actually dive in to grab me. So right now I'm actually about 25 seconds over still. 25 seconds over where old world record time was. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that happen. One is like, this is my second time running at an event, and I'm not 100%, I know what it was going to feel like to be running at an event, like the nerves and all that other stuff. I knew what that was going to be like, and I knew what it was going to feel like to be trying to go for like world record during an event, but I wasn't, but I'm still not used to it, like where it's just like, it just feels normal to just feel that way because it's just my second time doing it. One of the issues was I think I was the first person running the game on a Sega Genesis. I think I was the first Sega Genesis runner. And that got me a little bit nervous. The Sega Genesis I was using in the practice section, and there isn't really a practice section. It's actually still in the stream room, because this is the smaller event. They only have like the one room, so they just kind of set everything up as best they can. They do a fantastic job. This isn't me criticizing them. This is me like applauding the job that they're doing. But it is like a little bit different than going to like one of the bigger events like Summer Games or Awesome Games, where you actually have like a dedicated practice room that you can go into. So yeah, they didn't have a dedicated practice room, so I only got into the practice for like, right before my run, when the other run was before me, which I think was a Zelda run. And I wasn't able to play on a CRT, which I'm used to, in the practice room. I was during my run. So that I was playing on like an LCD, which it was really good, but it wasn't in the right aspect ratio. And the practice console I was playing on crashed on me twice, and that got me nervous. And then when I actually got to playing on the CRT that I was going to be playing on, it did take me a little bit to get used to it, because it's a bigger size than the one I play with. The sound is a little bit different, it's not like a huge thing, but it's just that fraction of a percent. And when you're going for like, something really stupid like world record during a run, it's like, that fraction of a percent makes it, it puts you that little bit off. So just not being able to practice on the same style of monitor that I was going to be playing on. Also, the console that I was playing on, when I hit the reset button on it, it crashed on me, and that got me really nervous. So you just have a lot of different things going on in your head, and I was worried, like, okay, don't make any, I know, like, Grand Pooh Bear and Mitch Flower Power had a Nintendo crash on them, I think twice during a run. And I was like, don't do any stomping moves or anything like that. I did not want my console crashing on me during the run. It's just little tiny things that, and it's no one's fault. They're doing a fantastic job accommodating, like a fantastic job. But it's just, you're not accustomed to the TV you're using. You're not accustomed to the console you're using. You're not, you're going to be worried because I'm worried their console might crash on me. I'm worried just stupid stuff that goes through your head that's going to affect your gameplay a little bit. And yeah, that's what you're seeing. It took me probably up until about level 5 before I started feeling comfortable. The Jack and 2 Electras, yeah, that went really good. I just had to go for it. It's all improv too. That's the thing. I'm doing a certain setup. You'll see like I move into position. Like the go, go, go happens. I move into position like immediately. This is my starting spot. Then after that, it's like it's random. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if these guys are going to just like hold back, if they're going to jump towards me. I don't know if the guys on the right are going to loop around, or if they're going to, I don't know what Vihilitz is going to do, this alien head thing floating around. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know where his position's going to be. He's extremely hard to hit. Even for me now, he's very hard to hit. I'm probably the best Vihilitz player, like, ever. I usually teach a lot of people how to play, how to fight Vihilitz. Like, I could teach a whole class, a college course on fighting Vihilitz. Because he just functions, like, completely differently than everybody else. To the point where both Mike and Zallard asked me, like, before, like, how does Vihilitz work? Like, what is up with that guy? And I had to explain, like, I think I messed this fight up. I was, like, so shocked. Like, what? This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, though. Like, you get into a marathon setting, you're nervous, you're a frame off your timing. You're just a frame off. And, like, this stupid stuff happens. And it's like, that right there could cost world record. The time loss from that could cost world record right there. And, like, I want to be actually at the 15-minute mark. I think 15:12 is actually like around the latest I want to be at level 3 to be on world record pace. So the fact that I went over, I'm still over, basically. Like, I haven't caught up time-wise to myself where I can feel like, okay, I can stop freaking out because I'm actually like on time and I'm on world record pace. Like, I'm behind world record pace. But the crazy thing about this game is just that aspect of it where it's like you can be 30 seconds behind in those first levels, or then you can make up 10 seconds in this section because you have a perfect section where the RNG just flows perfectly and you're playing perfectly, and you can make up 10 seconds in that section, and so it just functions that way. It's why like it just isn't a game where like you're going to be able to match what the TAS is doing or what a segmented run is doing. You're never going to be able to do it. Like, if I put up a segmented run of this game, like, I could put up a segmented run that like no one in 1,000 years could ever match. Except for me at an event. Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah, I put up a segmented run. I'm going to try and beat my segmented run. At an event, yeah. That's the only way I could do it. Just to pull off a miracle. Just stuff like this. I know better. So yeah, I'm still making really minor mistakes, and it costs you a lot in this game when you make minor mistakes. Even grabbing the Donovan that I grabbed, it's better to grab the middle Donovan there, the one that was in between Signal and the other Donovan, because I could have gotten atomic drop on both of them. Yeah, I'm just never going to do a segmented run because I think in some games doing a segmented run is a good idea. I think in this game it's actually, I think it's a good idea if I wasn't as emotional as I am, because it's going to mess with me if I do a segmented run. Because I'm going to be trying to match my segments, and I'm never going to be able to do it. Like, I'll have, like, maybe one segment that, in the whole run, one little, like, scene that's close to my segment. But the rest of it, I'm never going to be able to match, and it's just going to, I think, psychologically, it'll mess with me. Like, I won't be able to recover. I'll just quit the speedrunning, which is why I've never tried to do a segmented run of this. Like, I just know it's going to mess with me. Whereas like if you're playing another game that's actually procedural, where it's like you do, A plus B equals Y. This isn't an A plus B equals Y game. It's not a do this, then that happens. This is a game where it's like, do this, but this happened, now you need to react to this on the spot. Then after that, this happened. And it's just like every frame, every pixel, the game's RNG is changing. So I actually want to be going into this elevator at about the 19-minute mark. I'm a little bit behind where I want to be, but because I was 30 seconds behind, I'm actually gaining time, it looks like. Unfortunately, I don't have quick strats going for elevator. I'm kind of messing up still. I'm still making really like minute mess ups. Like easy stuff to mess up, but I shouldn't be messing up like this. But I'm actually playing really good for how crazy things are getting. RTB Whiskey 3, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hey, Unweary, pre-order Streets I Rage for the Donovan edition. Get those uppercuts in, people. I think I die here. But yeah, and then life-wise, I think level 1 was my first death. I don't think I died on level 2 or 3, which was good. Yeah, you're going to be, it's a little bit faster not grabbing the 1-up in level 1, but it wasn't in the long run worth it, that I found, because I want to do a 1-credit run of the game. And I just found like it just isn't worth it to not grab that 1-up. It's, even though I could potentially be saving like about 5 seconds, and it is a little bit more consistent time-wise to be saving that 5 seconds, it just wasn't worth it to me. Here I actually want to flip around to maintain Abadidi on screen, but I messed that up. So it's like anything where like I do really good on it during practice, to the point where like I don't even practice, because I've gotten so good at the Abadidi fight. Yeah, I just completely messed up. And I want to be around the 21-minute range, so I'm still about 30 over. If the Abadidi fight went perfect, I'd be, yeah, I probably would have been like 20 to 15 over. But time-wise, this is not bad. And when we get into this level, which is 5, is a big one. Why? Time-wise, being 30 seconds over isn't too bad. Then level 7 is another one. There's potentially huge time saves in 5, because 5 is probably the hardest level to run fast in the game. Like, outlandishly difficult level, but since skill-wise, like I'm at no death level, skill-wise, playing-wise, I can run 5 a lot faster than I could before. It's one of those things where like if you're like a 1-credit player of this game, like where that's the best you can do is just get a 1 credit, it's faster running 5 slower. Like where you're actually pulling certain enemy types one at a time, like the jet section, which is going to be coming up, not the next scene, but the scene after that. It's actually faster running it like that. But if you're at like a 9+, which is starting the game with 1 life and then ending it with 9 lives, it's just kind of a achievement challenge that we set for ourselves. If you're at that level of play, it still might be faster, probably running it where you're not pulling all 3 jets at once. You're actually just pulling the jets 1 at a time. Once you start going beyond that, like beyond the 9+ into the no death, it's actually faster running it, pulling all the jets at once. And the reason for that is that you're going to be spending so much time on the ground from getting hit or getting killed that you're going to be losing time in certain sections by pulling too many guys. Whereas if you're good enough to handle 5 guys on screen at once, 3 of them jets who are dive bombing you, who have like frame perfect from like a standstill to a kick on you, like frame perfect, nothing you can do about it. You got to precog it in order to not get hit by it. You know, then it's actually faster running it, like where you're just pulling all the guys and you just know, like, okay, in this situation I just have to be spamming my defensive special. I should just be thunder tackling here. I should just be, you know. And I mean, even for how sloppy this looks, sometimes it's as good as you can do. And just like, yeah, getting in between the hits. And you can even see them, like, they're tapping me as well. A lot of the times they'll like tap me with the hit, but it's not a knockdown. And the timing for this is intentional. Like, I'm intentionally doing timing where I'm doing it. It's really specific, and I can't even do it like with my conscious brain. Like, I just have to reflex it because I'm just used to the timing of, like, I'm gonna get hit a little bit by this guy, but I'm gonna dodge the second guy, and I'm going to actually hit, you know, one of the guys as well with it. Once again, this section, it's faster doing this section where you're not pulling everybody unless you're at a skill level where you just know what to do in each situation, and your reflexes are just like on, like, okay, it's faster if you're at a no death level to run this and pull everybody. It's faster if you're at if you're like pre no death level skill wise to just run it where you're pulling ninjas like more one at a time ish, or guys like 1 or 2 at a time. You don't want full guys on screen. Yeah, it's faster also if I have sword. I did not have sword here, so I ended up using the ninja dagger to pull the first Big Ben. And then I try and do as much damage to him as possible before I go into the bear fight. And in this situation, it just turned out where once again, I get killed all the turkeys right there. In this situation, it just turned out where I ended up getting him killed. I don't always kill him. If it's convenient for me to kill him, I kill him. If it isn't convenient for me to kill him, I don't kill him. My main thing is like do as much damage to him as possible while moving forward towards boss, getting to the boss as soon as I can, then trying to not have something like crazy like this happen where I'm just not getting the timing down for the boss. So this isn't the best boss fight, but it still is a really good boss fight. And my other sections were really fast from pulling. I'm actually ahead now. I'm ahead of world record time now. Yeah, I'm a little bit ahead of world record time, a couple seconds ahead. But I'm actually on world record pace, where it's like this is potentially going to happen. Like I got through 5. 5 is the first level where I could actually, just based on current skill level, I could actually start saving time. Or I could actually like put in something really sweet, and I did. I didn't have the skill in this game to have a 5 that fast pre no death. Or like, I mean, you do have it, but you're counting on the RPG to be in your favor as opposed to your skill being in your favor. So I play skill, I don't play RPG RNG. Like, I don't care what the RNG is doing. Skill-wise, I want to be so good at the game that I can handle any situation and just crush. Goxara! Thank you for whatever it is that you're doing. I'm totally missing it, so I can't see anything. Oh, thank you for the host, Goxara. I appreciate it. Whew. Yeah. Then these guys. That went pretty good. Yeah, none of this is going. I don't think I've had a single section in this entire run that's as fast as it can go. Like, as fast as I've like done it. It just doesn't happen. But despite how bad some of it's going and how off some of my timing is, I did have a really good 5. My 5, I did a really good job on level 5 to put myself back on track. 6 is very difficult to I'm expecting that I'm going to actually lose time on 6. My 6 is really, really good. It's one of the more procedural levels. Where if you play it a certain way and the enemies respond because of the enemy types that you're dealing with, which is like signals and samurai and Big Bens and bikers, if you have things line up for you, you can just blow through this level. Just blow through it. I don't have things line up for me. Like, everyone's kind of doing their own thing, and but I'm actually reacting and responding to it fairly well. But yeah, like, if things were going good, you would just see all the signals just immediately get cornered and get atomic dropped. I'd have, like, super quick kills on all the samurais that are coming down. I'd have quick kills on these guys, and then I'd be able to set this up and do it perfectly. And I ended up messing up on this. I think he doesn't usually do that. The belly flop. He usually comes in with a fire breath. And I was hoping he was going to do that. And then I can atomic drop them both, get them in position, and then I can actually set up thunder tackles on everybody and get thunder tackle kill on all the bikers. And it just didn't happen. So it's a crazy strat I'm trying to do. It's something that does work. It's still faster if I don't get it, so long as I don't mess up too much. But I'm still messing up a little bit. I'm not getting my punch spams off. I messed up here where I did a suplex rather than an atomic drop to get the kill. It's just little tiny things. But overall, my playing is really good. I'm pulling a lot of guys at once, and I'm getting a lot of guys killed, even though I'm pulling guys so fast. So it's just, this is what marathon playing looks like when your skill is just really, really high. Grizzlehorn, I'm assuming, did you follow? Is that a follow, Grizzlehorn? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look. I kind of have everything shoved on one screen, and everything's just blocking itself now. But thank you, Grizzlehorn, for whatever it is. Whatever it is, Grizzlehorn's kind of an interesting name. Yeah, I didn't die here. Yeah, also in this level, I think I skipped that first turkey in this scene. There's a turkey at the beginning, and I had decent health. It probably would have been smarter marathon-wise to grab the turkey. Speedrun-wise, it was a little bit smarter to not grab it because it is a little bit faster not taking the time to go up and grab the turkey. But the main reason why I didn't grab the turkey in that exact first section was because Mike mentioned the turkey, and I like always doing at least one troll on Mike. So every time Mike's like, Antho's gonna grab the turkey, I'm like, I'm not gonna grab it just to troll him. And yeah, I did that last time as well. I did a troll on Mike. I'm just listening to what he's saying, and I do like the opposite of what he's saying, even though it doesn't make any sense. But in this situation, not grabbing that first turkey in this level was actually mainly I did it to troll Mike. And then, grabbing the second turkey before the Zamza fight, it's faster not grabbing that turkey, but only by a little bit. And I have had in practice a lot of times where Zams ends up killing me, and I just was like, I don't want to take that chance, so I'm going to, here's again, not the best positioning. My positioning was a little bit off, but it kind of worked out. I didn't lose too much from it. I got everybody grouped. I got to do that little glitch where you get stuck inside of the trash can, and then you're atomic dropping, and you're basically moving forward with the atomic drop, but the enemy's stuck in the trash can, so they'll stand still. And that's kind of fun to do. Yeah, but 7 is where I also have there's a big chance of both losing time on 7, and there's a big chance of gaining time on 7. I'm a little bit, by the time I went into this level, I was a little bit over time-wise where I wanted to be. Just not too much, maybe like, I don't fully recall and I wasn't looking, but I don't think it was all that much, time. It wasn't a big deal, nothing that's like gonna make or break. It's just was a little behind world record time, so I kind of knew like, okay, I have to make sure my 7's really good. And yeah, the main strat that we've learned in 7 is there's a player named Scoop. He came up with a strat using the sword against the kickboxers in the elevator section. It turns out when you're going for a no death, it is the greatest strat in the world, and it also turns out that when you're speedrunning, it's faster using this strat. It's just super consistent. You're always putting damage on guys, and you're getting them killed faster as a result. So this is it's a new strat. It wasn't used in the old world record. And when I say old, I mean old world record, not the like one that I got last weekend by 2 seconds. This went decent as well, just timing wise of how fast I got Ninja Kill to getting to this last Electra. It can go faster, obviously, but there's just not always something you can do about it. And yeah, I was trying to get the kill with the atomic drop, but I just was a little off. What's up, Arthur? How it goes? Oh. Okay, now we're into 7. This is the craziest level like ever made in a game. This level is just insane. We're going to be dealing with, once again, like 3 jets really soon. And then it's like, I'm just trying to get it all going. I want to be at about the 36-minute mark going into 7 elevator. And I think I was about a little over, but I was around that 36-minute mark going in. So I know, like, okay, I'm on time. Like, I'm actually maintaining time here. Then the jets, there's just that chance of like getting like free atomic drops off on them. It's very rare where you get it though, without one of them like just swooping in on you and murdering you. So, but I do, I don't know if I actually go for one or not. I'm trying to set it up on this blue guy where I'm trying to get like under him so that he'll swoop down at me and I can actually get like a free atomic drop, but he just isn't cooperating. That I actually dodged him there, but I wanted to hit him. I think that, yeah, hitting him would have been better. So that's me messing up. Here I want to keep sword, and I'm like, if I don't keep sword, I have to get like really, really lucky on just the rest of the fight on 7 elevator, just all the way up to the robots, with like nothing going wrong, everything going perfect. If I keep sword, I actually can save time. So with the ninjas gone, I'm like, good, ninjas are gone, I got them killed. I focus them as much as I can just to get them killed. I keep sword, and now I'm like, all right, now I just have to not mess up the sword strat. So here's sword strat. This is Scoop's sword strat. Yeah, and when you hit the enemies into the corners, because there's a slant to it, they have a tendency of wanting to like either back up off of you or move up. And they'll just stay off screen, like constantly moving either up or backwards to get away from you, but the wall is there stopping them. So it's basically just using their AI against them. But then I wanted to try and get these guys to loop on me. They don't always do it, but if they do it, I'm like prepared for it. And now I've got everyone on one side, and this is about as fast as you can get kills off. This is just like, yeah, this is crazy good. Crazy good. And then I'm like, I want to actually keep sword so long as I still have a charge. So I just drop it here when I grab the guy, and now I still have sword for the robots. And it's really just kind of fast and consistent killing robots with sword as opposed to doing it with the thunder tackle. Like those are like the two fastest strats for killing robots. You're either doing thunder tackle strat in the corner or you're doing sword strat in the corner. Like really fast, super consistent. Unfortunately, Jack's dead. I couldn't get knife glitch. I told Mike and Zallard beforehand that I was going to be going for knife glitch because it's just safer and smarter getting it. If you've got 6 knives on the ground, the robots don't have an attack. There's basically like a hitbox limit. And yeah, because the X amount of weapons are on the ground, their hitbox actually doesn't exist. Game can't handle more than 6. So here I'm actually trying to get them all on one side, which is why you'll see me switching from sword swings to slides. I'm using the invince from my slide. Like when you have invince in this game, iframes, the enemies don't know where you are. So there'll be a robot behind me. If I actually slide at a certain time, let off a defensive special at a certain time, they'll be like, oh, I don't know where you are. And instead of attacking, they'll move. They'll just go to like what their next AI command is. And sometimes it's just moving. So I'm trying to get everybody on one side. I end up doing it. It could have been a little bit faster. Right now, 41-minute mark is exactly where I want to be at world record pace. And I'm at 41-minute mark going into 8. So I'm like, okay, I know this is like I have high potential. I actually have a chance at getting this thing. I just have to like see it through and just do a good job. And then I want to get into a certain position. Enemies like holding the top of the screen or the very bottom of the screen. If I'm in a certain position, they'll want to go to the top, but I'm too far down for them to actually hit me, so they just won't even attack. And then I just get free hits off on them. And this doesn't go as good as I want it to, but that's okay. You know, see. When there, it's like I'm in good position, and then I move off of it. Not smarts. And now we're going to do atomic drops on Bear. I think I actually get this without messing it up. Yeah. And now we're going into 8 elevator. I have like a good amount of lives. So not grabbing. There's a life 1-up, a hidden 1-up grab in levels 1 and levels 2. Both of them do potentially lose you time. The 1 and 2 loses you more time than the 1 in 1. I do grab them both though, because just during practice I was realizing like you just don't know in a marathon setting where your deaths are going to come, and at most I'm potentially losing. It's just your timing is more like a potential time rather than an actual hard set time. You can still get the exact same time going out of your way in this game sometimes, just because the enemies will line up a certain way. RNG will just be in your favor, but I'm potentially losing, maybe like 5-10 seconds, something like that. But I'm gaining the lives, and I want to do this 1 credit. Tiger Hair Ram. I'm assuming that was a host. Thank you for the host, Tiger Hair Ram. Yeah, so I died to Zamza, or Nail, because he's a jerk. No one likes him. But that's okay. Yeah, 6 lives after like those deaths. I could have, you know, I mean, if I didn't die on one, it would have gone better. You can, there's a lot of like potential in this game too. Like you can get through levels 1 through 3 without dying, and I can do that fairly consistently. But I also can die on levels 1 through 3 as well, like all 3 of them. So it's like, okay, I need those backup lives. Like I just need them. I think I mess up here. Yeah. But that's okay. It wasn't too big of a deal. I still had good positioning on it. But yeah, timing I was a little off. I should be able to grab the kickboxer when he goes out, then atomic drop him right back into. But my timing was a little bit off, and he has grab priority. If I'm even a tiny bit off, he'll just immediately grab or kick me. And then I really need to get a good Shiva fight. So I need to get this atomic drop off. I get it. I think I hit him here. That's good. Yeah. That's good. Right before he gets to his feet, if I move forward, he has a tendency of punching the wrong way more often. Yeah. And now we're on to the Mr. X fight. Let off a defensive special. See if we can get Mr. X to start shooting. We do. Good. And now I'm using a... he's like, I'm not used to him just lining right up where I want to actually be going. But I'm using a strat which is actually pulling farther away from where Mr. X is. The farther away from him you get, the more likely he is to shoot. So I'm trying to use that strat, but he's being pretty trolly. So I'm just doing the best job that I can. And this fight can go really quick, but I'm actually, because I'm like looking at like where my time is, I know where I'm at time-wise. I'm like, okay, I actually have a shot at getting world record here, which means I can't play a closer strat to him. There is a closer strat where you're just playing really close to Mr. X, and it's super dangerous. You're actually going to lose time if his RNG doesn't cooperate, and it rarely does. And it's hard getting your timing down too, because you're going to be hitting. You got to use your defensive special for the iframes, and there it is. So I actually use a safer strat, and I get it off. And there's time. Yeah. The time actually stops at 46:44, but they start at 2 seconds late, so my time is actually at 46:46. So this time is actually really close to what the actual end time was. I'm about a second and a half or so over this. But I think a 46:47 is the absolute latest at this time. Actually, should be. But when I was looking at it, yeah, 46 minutes, 46 seconds. So the old time was a 46:54. 9. Wait, was that making sense? No. 4. I'm like doing. Now I'm trying to do math in my head, and I'm doing a terrible job. 4 and 4 is 8. Okay, there you go, dude. Sorry, yeah. I'm like a human calculator if I'm only thinking about math, but if I have another thing on my brain, I can't do math at all. Yeah. Yeah, and that's world record. Yeah. Thanks, Beetle. It's world record time. 100% world record time. It's world record time by, at the very least, 7 seconds, and at the very most, I think 8 seconds. So, but yeah, it is a 46. It's a 46:46 or a 46:47. I just, I'm gonna have to. I asked Azumi on Discord. I have a lot of trouble for some reason, like getting the timing down. If somebody actually like can do that for me, that would be awesome. But yeah, that's it. That's world record. Let me go back. And then I'll put the sound up so you guys
That's
can
not
hear
too bad. That does cost a little bit of time, but and time's gonna be pretty soon. It's not right as Mr. X dies, but it's when he loses control.
Nice run, dude.
it. Here we go.
Good run.
And time.
And that's world record.
Nice.
Oh, gosh.
By how much did you just beat it?
Yeah.
you said
9
you had a-
seconds.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Wait,
you
how
told me.
many?
9 seconds.
Oh, nice.
You told me you had a 46 something, but I couldn't remember exactly.
46, 54 was
Yeah,
world record. I got
to-
that last Sunday,
Oh, wow.
but I haven't been speedrunning since I did the no death match,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
my playing has been a little bit higher. Oh,
So it's
then
worth
you're trying not to
noting
freak out.
that when you did this SGDQ 2018, I think you had like a 57-minute run. That was like 10 seconds off of world record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
So
like pretty close.
Yeah, and like if you compare the two runs, because it was still a very impressive run back then, but like his play in this run is just way more aggressive, and he's just not caring about enemy spawns at all, and that is very difficult to do unless if you really know what's going on in this game. And that was a really great run, Anthopants. I mean, I can't, say enough praise about how you got a world record in this run.
Not just getting the record, but calling it at the start.
yeah.
Like,
I was
that
mad
much
I didn't get it.
confidence.
Yeah, I was mad I didn't get it last time, and I was like, all right.
You had to get your revenge. Yeah. So everyone, give another round of applause for Anthopants, and that's Streets of Rage 2 Mania.
Here, do my sign off. Hey!